Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Cage Chat, where we're going to be recapping UFC Fight Night 144, taking place at Fortaleza, and it was Marlon Moraes versus Raphael Assuncao. So yeah, starting off with the main card, we're going to Frota versus Souza. Now, this was a round 3 split decision, and this is the love of MMA. We did get a lot of split decisions that night, of course, maybe some Brazilian bias, who knows, from the judges, but I gave it to Souza, who did win the fight because of the takedowns that she got in the fight. But my good friend and my good colleague at work said that he gave it the other way because of the more strikes. So Frota did get 32 strikes in, but Souza did get 4 takedowns through the 3-round belt. So for me, I think I gave it 1 and 3 to Souza and number 2 to Frota. Now then we moved on to Johnny Walker, who defeated inside 15 seconds Justin Ledet after a fantastic head kick and then a spinning back fist to go with it. He almost got himself disqualified from the fight after soccer kicking him, but fortunately it just missed him, and personally I don't think he would have got DQ'd because it would have hit his Justin Ledet's, in this case, his legs. So for me, it's a weird one because leg kicks are allowed when the opponent is down, but obviously head kicks and a soccer kick with that sort of power, so it did look very powerful. If that hits the head or even the chest, I would say, okay, that gets a disqualification, but to the legs, it's okay. But, you know, it's one of them ones that is up for decision, and it's very well for Johnny Walker that he didn't connect with that soccer kick, otherwise he probably would have seen himself getting DQ'd instead of a 15-second victory that he got. Now, the return of Damien Maia was a beautiful one to see, getting a rear naked choke, standing against his opponent, Lyman Good. Now, one thing you don't want to be doing against Damien Maia is taking it to a jiu-jitsu match, and that's exactly what happened. Inside the first, 40-45 seconds, Lyman Good was up against the cage on his back, and Damien Maia was easily able to get to work, should I say, and soon enough he was standing up in that rear naked choke position with Lyman Good tapping. Now, I had predicted Damien Maia to lose. In fact, I got all 3 of the main card predictions wrong, which was bad on my side. I did really well in the previous UFC Fight Night, TJ Dillashaw versus Cejudo, but I only got 5 of the 15 correct this time, which shows you MMA is hard to predict. Now, I did go off that because Damien Maia did have a 4-fight loss streak, but he's obviously rectified that, and as a number 8 welterweight, he could look at potentially getting a number 7, number 6 sort of fight in his next belt. But he is 41 years old, so it depends on how many fights he's got left in him, or if he would prefer a move up to middleweight potentially. Now, the return of Jose Aldo, the King of Brazil, a fantastic performance for him against Renato Moicano, someone who is coming up through the featherweight division, and it really shows you the levels there is in MMA. Obviously, Max Holloway pummeling Aldo in 2 fights, really. Same with Brian Ortega, but then you got Brian Ortega at the number 1, now number 2 position after Jose Aldo's ranking moved up. And then you got Conor McGregor smoking Jose Aldo, so it does show you just how good is Conor McGregor. That one's the U-Trail. But it's hard, because there's a level. Renato Moicano didn't know how to handle Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo figured him out with body hooks and hooks to the face, and that's where he got his finish. It was a flurry of about 6 or 7 hooks going to the body, to the face, and eventually the referee stopped the fight. Now, Jose Aldo did absolutely launch the cage, not in a Khabib style of aggression, but of relief and sort of celebration in his Brazil home crowd. Now, to me, obviously I don't want to see him get banned, but could that potentially force him out for 2 months? I don't think it will, because of the nature in which it was done. But jumping the cage like that so soon after Khabib got his suspension for 9 months and all of that scenario that we had, jumping out the cage for Jose Aldo might not have been the best decision. Now, I am going to be doing the next opponent series on Jose Aldo next, because I think he's got a couple fights left in him. He wants to retire at the end of 2019, but there's some fighters and names on that list that I think would be very good and a very fun matchup for Jose Aldo, depending if he wants a 3-round fight or a 5-round, of course. And now moving on to the main event, Marlon Moraes did get submission inside the first round, and what a way he did it in guillotine. He took the back and he rolled into front mount position, and kept onto that beautiful beautiful guillotine choke that he held, and that he managed to get hit for himself, and he got the tap from Raphael Assuncao, meaning he does avenge his loss from his UFC debut. It probably does move him on to, most definitely he's in number 1 now, so most definitely a championship match against TJ Dillashaw. It's just whether Henry Cejudo and TJ have that rematch immediately, but personally I think they have their own fights in their divisions to do first before we see a rematch. I want to see TJ versus Moraes, and I want to see Benavidez versus Cejudo. And then, if you're both champions, have that rematch, I don't know, maybe July, or maybe on that November card in Madison Square Garden. I think that would be a fitting place for them both to have a rematch. So yes, the UFC on ESPN, main events time is what, clocked up to just over 3-4 minutes. It's going well so far, isn't it? We're loving it on ESPN. Michael Bisping on the commentary was incredible. It was always nice to have the Brit on there, and I'm hoping he's going to be doing UFC London alongside someone like Dan Hardy, and probably Brendan Fitzgerald will be alongside him as well for that fight. So yes, drop a like, subscribe to Cage Chat, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.